Hey guys, welcome to About Ukraine. And Oriel says hello as well. Okay. Okay, you had enough biting for today. Time to get off, biter. So it's February 12th, 2022, and things are getting pretty hot and hairy here in Ukraine. Recently, we saw tremendous evidence that Russia's government is pulling up their heavy weaponry to the borders of Ukraine for all the world to see. And I mean, they could have like covered them up when they're on trains or something like that, or do these movements at night. But here it is in plain sight, and now there's no doubt in anybody's mind that they're getting everything that they can to the border of Ukraine. And what are they hoping to achieve with that is anybody's guess. But at the same time, the Russian official communication on the matter is mixed, to say the least. Like, on one hand, they're saying that they're not planning to invade Ukraine. On the other hand, they're threatening war indirectly, right? Essentially, I've said this before, Russia is saying that if NATO doesn't accept its demand, it will continue to do what? To do more military exercises on its borders? I mean, it's saying already that it's not going to invade Ukraine, so of a threat, essentially. The worst part about it all is that Canada, US, UK, New Zealand, Australia, and now some European countries, not all, but I think more will join the bandwagon. They're all saying that Russia will start a war anytime. I mean, some are saying within a week, some are saying within 2 weeks, and their citizens should leave like ASAP. I mean, what's interesting is that Brazil, Mexico, India, China, Vietnam, China makes sense. Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, they all have hundreds, maybe thousands of citizens in Ukraine and have issued no warning. I'm sure India has hundreds of thousands. You may know from my channel that I'm Canadian, and according to my sources, I am one of over 780 Canadians who are currently in Ukraine and registered to receive email notifications about the situation. And by my estimates, there are about 6,000 Americans probably in Ukraine and at least 1,500 British nationals. And the mainstream media and the official embassy and the official government representatives are all saying that they should all leave Ukraine immediately, should drop their lives, their real estate that they have, their families, everything. They should leave, their jobs, their obligations. So anybody who's been living here for the past few months knows that Ukraine has been at war for the past 8 years. For them, war is not an abstraction. They've seen it, maybe not with their own eyes, but maybe they know friends, acquaintances, just friends of friends perhaps that have served in the military. And I know people like that personally. I mean, I was driving through a village a few years back and I was stuck behind traffic that came to a crawl. My friend in the car said that it was an 18-year-old kid that was in this village that died in the war. And mind you, this village was 600 miles away from the front line. So why are all the Western presidents, political commentators, military experts, you name it, the media, all blasting the war drum so loudly? And that's something that I've been thinking for a long time, and I'm really trying to figure out why this has been going on. Let's take a look at what's been going on in the past few days. I mean, number one, Biden said that Americans should leave as soon as possible. I mean, when the president of the United States says something like that, I mean, everybody has to listen to that. Jake Sullivan, the president's advisor, he said something even more shocking recently. He says that Russia will take over most of Ukrainian cities in a week or so, or in 2 weeks. He even says that, February, I believe, 20th or 18th or something like that. He actually set a date. The Canadian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jolie, said that Canadians should leave as well. Finland, Sweden, Netherlands, all of them said that their citizens should leave Ukraine as well, and South Korea, I believe, banned flights altogether. So, I mean, having said all that, I'm guessing that there's a reason behind all of this. If it's gotten to the point of diplomatic expulsions and preventing people from traveling, Perhaps there's something more behind this. Ukraine has one of the strongest armies in the world at this point. It's not like a country without an army. It has a very strong army. 500,000, I mean, that's 500,000 of soldiers, and territorial defense, National Guard, which I haven't counted, is another maybe 150,000 over there. And plus, there's a civilized world behind it. I mean, we never know how many volunteers will jump up from, Georgia, Montenegro, Yugoslavia, America, Canada, UK. How many people will actually go up to fight? And many people will do that. And these countries are not going to stop it. What about Americans that are sending thousands and thousands of troops to NATO countries as we speak? And what does Russia have? Well, Russia does have, they do have double the numbers. But with all this additional help from Western countries, I think it's going to be pretty much an even match. But still, they will be fighting a war that's truly an uphill battle. I mean, Putin must be willing to relegate himself into the bunker with his gang and never to come out. I mean, he has to be willing to turn Russia to North Korea or Iran. And 120 million people must swallow this all up and be okay with it and be complacent with that. And I really do not think that this will happen. It's just simply impossible. I mean, at the same time, let's not kid ourselves. We cannot reduce the risk of invasions. We cannot reduce the chance of invasion, but we can certainly can't predict also what's going on in Putin's head. So, this is that. But we can certainly present a united front. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope I shed some light onto the situation here. And hit like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. What you wanna leave below, and let me know if you're in my position. Would you leave Ukraine or not? And if you are in Ukraine, let me also know if you are planning on leaving or not. And until next time, guys.